Do you feel like you're not quite having the impact that you know you can have on your clients? Like you help them a little bit on a free consultation or a strategy call, but then later on, it seems like they're still suffering with the same problem and you're wondering, well, is it me or is it them? If that's the case, then you're gonna love this video. Today, I'm gonna share with you how to make your coaching a lot more impactful. All right, welcome back. Over the next couple of videos, I'm gonna be sharing some questions from you guys. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you might know that I jumped from 1 video a week to 2 videos a week, and now I've got 3 videos a week going. And honestly, I'm running out of content ideas. As some of you who are content creators, you might be able to relate, but at this point, I'm like, wow, like how many other 3-tip videos can I provide? So what I've decided to do instead is dig into the archives. I've done hundreds of free calls, hundreds of sales calls, hundreds of strategy sessions, discovery calls, clarity calls, whatever you want to call them. I call them clarity calls. And I decided to start digging back through those. So I've got my notebook. This is just one from this year. And actually, it's not even this year. It started March 23rd was the very first call for this book. And it is June right now. So in about 3 months, this book is halfway done. And basically every call that I do gets essentially a 1-page where I'm taking notes. So I'm not going to go into that process, but if that's something that you'd like to learn more about, let me know, because that would be a great content idea. In the meantime, before we jump into today's topic, which is helping you to create more impact just through your free clarity calls. If you'd like more on marketing and branding your business so you can grow your income and create your very own version of a lavish life, then make sure you click that subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications so that you'll be notified, because I do a free training every Saturday, a live training. And so if you want to make sure that you don't miss that one, don't forget to click the bell for notifications. All right, so let's jump into the meat from this clarity call. So this call was with a student, someone who has been enrolled in some of my paid programs, but is also looking for additional help in this topic. And this topic from her was, she said, hey, I feel like I'm not making the amount of impact that I want to make. I am getting on calls with potential clients. And in her case, she actually was doing a small fee for her calls, which is fine. There's a strategy on charging for that intro call, and there's also a strategy for doing a free intro call. Once again, I won't get into that on this video, but if that's another one you'd like me to cover, I can definitely do that. But in her case, she was charging a small fee for her calls. And so on the call, what she would do is she would go through that normal discovery call process and ask them questions, get really clear on their problem. They were really clear on their problem. They understood what was wrong, and she could pinpoint right away the problem that they were having. And you probably have had the same experience where you get on a call and you can pinpoint exactly what that client needs. Like, I know when I get on a clarity call, I start taking my notes and I'm writing down, and then I'm like, oh, you need this, or oh, you should be doing this, or oh, like I already know it in my mind right away. And if I don't know it, then I'm continuing to ask questions. And she got to the point where she already knew what they needed, but then she would get to the end of the call. And at the end of the call, she would give them what I like to call a Band-Aid. And the problems that they came to her with, if you can imagine, like they were like a gushing and a gaping hole. But she would give them tools and resources and suggestions and tips. And ultimately what that turned into for them was a Band-Aid. And so they would take that Band-Aid, they would put it on this gaping hole that they had, and they thought, well, okay, I'm going to be good. I got this Band-Aid. But then what she would notice is that they were still in her audience, they were still in her ecosystem, and she would, maybe reach out to them or talk to them, and they're like still having the same problem. And so if you're experiencing the same thing, then I want to tell you the exact same thing that I told her, which is stop giving away Band-Aids. So the way that this problem pops up is because you keep giving away Band-Aids. Stop giving away Band-Aids. Stop giving the, the little tip here, or, just do this small thing here. Because the problem is that most people who are interested in getting coaching for any area of their life, whether it's for their relationships, for their health, for their wealth, if any area of their life, it's likely that there are deeper issues beyond just the struggles that they're having. That's what we as coaches realize. That's why we do coaching or consulting or help someone in that area, is because we understand that I can't just tell you, hey, go set up this ad, if you don't believe in yourself and believe that you have the power to evaluate whether or not that ad is working for you once I give you the tools, right? So the issue comes in when we start working with clients is that sometimes on these free calls or on these calls that are only $50, $100, under a couple $100, the ones where you're just kind of doing a 1-hour session, the problem comes in is that there's only so much that we can get into on a 1-hour session. On a intro call, there's only so much you can cover, because usually there's some deeper issue. There's some deeper problem. There's something that's beyond the surface that you just can't see. For example, I had a client who came to me before and they were like, hey, I'm doing everything right. I have my website set up. I've got email. I have my lead magnet. I've got my offer. I have, everything set up, but I still can't seem to make sales. And this was on the free call. And as we went through the conversation and continued, I kept asking questions. I pinpointed right away. I was like, oh, I know exactly what you need. You don't believe in your prices. Because you don't believe in your prices, no matter what you do, and no matter how pretty your website is, you're trying to tell somebody that this is the investment, but you don't believe in it, so they don't believe in it either. And I knew that right away. But if I gave her that right there on the call, she would go away saying, okay, I need to believe in my prices. I believe in them. I believe in them. I believe in them. And that's not how you get the transformation of seriously believing in your prices and being confident in it. There are several steps that I take clients through and several conversations that we have and several exercises that I give them. And I can't give you all of that on a free call. So my process on that clarity call is to help her get clear that she's not confident in her prices instead of me telling her that. So for example, on this call, as we continued on in the call, I said, how do you feel? How did you come to that price? Basically kind of poking at the confidence in it. And she was like, well, I just kind of chose it. I don't know. Is it too high? Is it too low? Boom. Right away, I was like, oh, I already knew that you weren't confident in it, but I didn't say that to her. So my response to her versus giving her a Band-Aid and saying, hey, this is what you need to do to get confident in your pricing, is let her know, hey, that's exactly what I do with my clients. I help my clients get confident in their pricing. And if that's something that you want, you've got all of your other pieces in place. If that's something that you want, then here's how we can work together. Okay. So going back to this topic, if you feel like you're not making the impact that you're meant to make, stop giving away Band-Aids. Stop giving away the little thing here, the little tip there, and instead start selling and serving. And stop feeling like sales is something that you're forcing somebody to do something. All you're doing is opening a door and allowing them to say yes to themselves. You're allowing them to take a step in and say, yes, this is what I want. Yes, this is what I need. Yes, I want that transformation. Yes, I believe in myself. Yes, I deserve to have this. Yes, I'm willing to put in the work. Those are the yeses that they're saying when they make that investment. So if you don't believe in that, if you don't believe that you truly do have an impact that you can make and you truly have a transformation that you can provide, then that might be the first place where you need to do some work. Now, one of the mistakes that most coaches make is giving away Band-Aids during their calls, but there are actually 6 major mistakes that most coaches make. And it's something that will prevent you from earning 6 figures. So if you're not earning what you want to earn right now, you're probably making one of these 6 mistakes. I did a full training to break down each mistake and also share with you exactly what to do in order to fix that mistake. If you'd like to get that training, all you have to do is go to latisha.tv/6. That's latisha.tv/SIX. One client avoided the very first mistake and it generated $95,000 for her in the span of a year. So I'm excited to deliver this to you. All you have to do is go to latisha.tv/SIX, or I will leave the link in the description box. Now, question for you. What are your discovery calls like? First of all, do you call them discovery calls, strategy sessions, clarity calls, breakthrough calls? What do you call your free calls? And second, what are your calls like? Are you feeling like people are getting off of the phone without taking that next action? Do you feel like you're not making the impact that you should be making? Don't be embarrassed. I would love to chat more with you. We can get the conversation started. All you have to do is comment below. In the meantime, I will see you guys in the next one. All right, bye.